Yo, who got next in the cipher? No cipher. Yo, who got next in the cipher? No cipher.
Late night cypher under the bridge where MCs come to die, get baptized in fire. No safety net, just raw skill and consequences. I step into the circle with my reputation on the line. Every syllable's a gamble, every metaphor's a bet against cats who've been sharpening their swords since birth. This verbal gladiator sport where only the clever survive. I watch knowledge self get dismantled by a kid from Bed-Stuy who spit flames so hot the pavement started melting. Metaphors bended reality, punchlines landing like haymakers. Crowd going crazy cause they witness execution by linguistics. It's where legends are born and frauds exposed. No record deal could save you here, no ghostwriter can rescue you from yourself. Just you and your skill set against someone hungrier. I learned humility in these circles, got my ego checked by a cat named Infinite who rewrote the rules of multi-syllabic rhyming while freestyling off the dome. I went home that night and studied for months, came back sharper, earned my stripes through repetition and rejection, falling and rising until my name is something in these streets where names are everything. Reputation is currency and skill is the only investment that appreciates. I carry notebooks filled with ammunition, bars written at 4 a.m. when insomnia and inspiration collide, preparing for war disguised as art. In no cipher where the real ones convene, separating the authentic from the ones who just fiend for attention. We testing your merit under pressure and retention. Syllable assassins with the sharpest of weapons. No second guessing, every word is a lesson. Crown the king through demonstration, not deception. It's the culture in its purest expression. Winter sessions in the cold where breath becomes visible like our words manifested in frozen air. Fingers numb but minds sharp as razors. We built cathedrals out of cadences, constructed monuments from metaphors. The sacred space where capitalism hasn't corrupted the art form yet. Before the labels came scouting, turning ciphers into auditions, we did it for the love and the respect. For the head nods from veterans who've seen every style. I watch raw intellect dismantle 5 opponents consecutively. Each verse more devastating than the last. Build a momentum like an avalanche of syllables, burying competition under layers of complexity and clarity. That's the balance, being intricate without being obscure, profound without being pretentious. I absorb techniques from different eras, study the architects who lay foundations, then added my own blueprint, innovating within tradition, respecting what came before while pushing forward. This the lineage they don't teach in schools, passed down through example and experience. I seen cats travel from Philly just to test their skills against New York's finest. Regional championships fought without trophies, only pride and progression. In the cipher where the real ones convene, separating the authentic from the ones who just fiend for attention. We testing your merit under pressure and retention. Syllable assassins with the sharpest of weapons. No second guessing, every word is a lesson. Crown the king through demonstration, not deception. It's the culture in its purest expression. Spring brought new challenges, fresh faces with hunger. I welcome competition cause it kept me sharp. I ain't sharp as iron and complacency is death in this arena. I watched the culture evolve from park jams to showcase battles, from organic to organized. Something got lost in translation when money entered the equation. But in these late night sessions, authenticity still reigns. We keep the tradition alive, one cipher at a time, passing the torch while still holding flame ourselves. I seen 16-year-olds with flows that were humble legends, raw talent meeting preparation, destiny manifesting through dedication. This the university where division is paid in hours and humiliation, where graduation means you earn respect from those who came before. I documented every session mentally, archived the classics that never got recorded, the freestyles that reveal possibility, moments of brilliance that existed only in memory and legend. This oral tradition older than recording technology, we'd agree it's of the concrete. Historians of the underground, preserving culture through practice and participation. Every cipher is a ceremony, every battle is a ritual. We the keepers of the flame in the darkness of commercial compromise, holding the line between art and commodity, between expression and exploitation. I'm cipher king not by proclamation, but by proving it repeatedly, earning my crown one battle at a time, one verse at a time. Forever student and teacher simultaneously. In no cipher, in no cipher, in no cipher, in no cipher. In no cipher, in no cipher, in no cipher, in no cipher.
Yeah, you seen Marcus. November cold got the block shivering. Corner store lights flickering like dying hope. I'm delivering these words from the belly with concrete. Swallow dreams and police sweep souls for quotas. Wrote this on the back of an eviction notice. Mom's crying in the kitchen, posted on the fridge next to my brother's graduation photo. He's gone now, caught a bullet meant for someone else. Blood on the starter jacket, never caught the shooter. Just another name carved into the avenue. Candles melting where he fell, I still smell the wax mixed with garbage. The city don't mourn it, this keeps grinding young men into statistics, headlines. Nobody reads past the first sentence. I'm writing survival guides and metaphors, cause straight talk gets you caught in conversations with detectives who don't care about truth. Lacing these lines with the weight of what I witness. Every rhyme's a brick between me and the grave, between dreams and the cage, with my name scratched in the wall by someone who looked just like me. Same hunger, same fire, same foolish belief we could outrun destiny when destiny got no conscience. Spitting Genesis for the forgotten, songs for the projects, proverbs for corner prophets who see tomorrow in today's cracks. When the city bleeds, we write it down in verses. Memorize the pain so it becomes our purpose. Shadows on the wall tell stories that the light won't. Survivors in the dark, we illuminate what they might want. From the ground up, we build these monuments in sound. For every fallen soldier, we hold it down. Hold it down. Rooftop sessions, 3 a.m. Whole city stretched below like broken promises and neon lies. Passing the cipher, passing wisdom schools won't teach, cause they preparing us for prisons. My man Knowledge dropped a verse so sharp it cut the summer heat. Made dealers pause transactions just to listen. That's power when we harness it proper, turn pain into linguistics. Tragedy in the testimony, see Rashid go from honor roll to cold cell. Watch his mother age a decade and visit an our system. Swallowed him for weight that wasn't his. Took a charge for a brother who ran. Loyalty got 25 to life. I'm writing his appeals in notebook margins. Fighting the machine with fountain pen and fury. Every bar's a battering ram against walls they built. Realigning gentrification, stopping frisk, mass incarceration. Documenting the war they pretend isn't happening. Front lines with a microphone and memory that won't let the dead stay silent. Excavating truth from abandoned building rubble where we used to dream bigger than blocks would allow. Some made it out, some made it work, but most just made it through another day without becoming chalk outlines or cautionary tales.
When the city bleeds, we write it down in verses. Memorize the pain so it becomes our purpose. Shadows on the wall tell stories that the light won't. Survivors in the dark, we illuminate what they might want. From the ground up, we build these monuments in sound. For every fallen soldier, we hold it down. Hold it down.
Train tracks parallel to thought patterns. Traveling mental tunnels caught by those before. Absorb wordplay and wisdom. Filter through my lens of tenement hallways. Police harassment, watching pops disappear into the bottle. Drowning war memories the government forgot existed. PTSD before they named it, just called it broken. Same way they label us, reacting to environments instead of understanding we're products of intentional destruction. Systematic dismantling, flooding blocks with weapons and powder, then criminalizing outcomes. But we persevere, transform conditions into consciousness. Wake up, cut the puppet strings, build something they can't control. Putting it all on wax, every heartbreak, hard lesson, close call, lost friend. Every clarity that came too late to save someone, but early enough to warn the next. Building bridges with verses, connecting past to present the possible futures. Illuminating path through darkness while I'm still stumbling. Searching for answers and smoking mirrors. Trying to make sense of senseless violence and oppression. Disguised as failure, still believing these words might matter. Might move something, might plant seeds in concrete that crack through and reach towards sunlight.
They can't stop what they can't understand.
They can't stop. They can't stop. They can't stop what they can't understand.
deliver lies, use numbers, policy architects, building poverty pipelines. I trace the blueprint backwards from the cell block to the circuit court to the classroom, where they plant failure like seeds in gardens. They on water, generational wealth ain't inherited, it's engineered through exclusion. Redlining districts, drawing lines around destiny before we even born. I'm decoding the mechanism, watching how systems replicate themselves through enforcement. Arrest records become employment barriers, become desperation, become recidivism. A cycle mathematically designed, not accidental. I studied the patterns, cross-reference data, watch communities disappear into statistics, into spreadsheets, into acceptable casualties of progress they never asked permission to define.
Read the architecture.
Read the architecture of the cage before you blame the bird for not flying. Study the structure, understand the system, then organize a rising. Knowledge is the first resistance. Information liberation. Speak the truth, they try to silence.
My sister got straight A's, but the guidance counselor said community college, my brother scored high, but they tracking toward the trade school. Resources allocated by zip code, quality education rationed by proximity to generational money. I learned to read between the lines of legislation that look progressive but redistributed power upward. Watch them cut school budgets, then blame teachers, defund communities, then blame culture. Manufacture desperation and criminalize response. This the game they play in three-piece suits while we paying the cost.
Read the architecture.
Read the architecture of the cage before you blame the bird for not flying. Study the structure, understand the system, didn't organize a rising. Knowledge is the first resistance. Information liberation. Speak the truth, they try to silence.
But knowledge is soil when we planting seeds regardless. Building counter institutions and basements and churches. Teaching our children what schools want. Creating maps to navigate terrain they design to confuse us. Resistance written in every word we speak that contradicts the narrative. And every child who reads what they didn't write. Revolution starts in consciousness. Freedom built on foundation of understanding. I'm laying bricks with every truth I testify. Every pattern I expose. Every system I name.
Read the architecture. Read the
They control language, so they control meaning. So they control reality. Definitions become destiny when they define who we are. I'm studying the words they use, how they frame oppression as opportunity, how they call exploitation entrepreneurship, how they rebrand racism as colorblindness, how they disguise violence as policy, how they make destruction sound like progress. I'm deconstructing their vocabulary, understanding that language is terrain where battles happen, battles about who gets to define truth, who gets to name reality, who gets to tell our stories. They had the dictionary for too long, had the dictionary before we even learned to read it. They define us through their language, through words like criminal and dangerous and undeserving, through words that stuck like labels, like identities, like destiny. I'm learning their language so I can dismantle it. Learning how contracts hide predation, how policies hide racism, how statistics hide humanity. I'm learning doublespeak. I'm learning how words get weaponized. I'm learning how power sounds, how authority speaks, how oppression gets articulated so we think it's natural. Master the language of power so you can speak power back to it. Understand their words so their words can't trap you. Define yourself before they define you. Name your own reality before they name it for you. Language is liberation when we reclaim it. Language is liberation when we reclaim it. Language is liberation when we reclaim it. The most dangerous people are the ones who understand language, the ones who can read contracts and see the trap, the ones who can hear policies and understand the violence, the ones who can listen to speeches and decode the lies. I watch lawyers use language to free guilty people and imprison innocent people. Watch politicians use language to justify anything. Watch advertisements use language to make us want what we don't need. Watch propaganda use language to make us accept the unacceptable. I started learning the tricks, started studying rhetoric, started analyzing how meaning gets constructed. I learned that there's no neutral language, that every word carries history, carries power, carries politics. I learned that we need our own language, our own words, our own definitions. Learned that speaking in their language means thinking in their framework. Learn that liberation requires linguistic liberation. Learning to articulate our own reality, our own experience, our own understanding. I'm building new vocabulary, creating words for things they don't have words for. Creating language that centers our experience instead of centers theirs. I define myself, I name my own reality. I speak my own truth, I'm fluent in the language of resistance. I'm literating the dialects of my people. I understand code switching as survival and as resistance. I'm building language that serves liberation, that centers humanity, that speaks truth to power structures that depend on silence and misrepresentation. My words are weapons against their lies. My language is my freedom. So I'm speaking my own language, creating my own definitions, naming my own reality, using words as tools to build something revolutionary. I'm teaching my people the language of power so they can wield it. I'm creating spaces where our language is honored, where our dialects are celebrated, where our ways of speaking are recognized as legitimate ways of knowing. I'm building literature that centers our stories, writing in voices that sound like us, creating texts that don't require translation to be understood by our people. I'm decolonizing language, reclaiming words they stole, creating new words for new realities. I'm understanding that language is never settled, that meaning shift, that we can talk back to the dictionary. We can refuse their definitions, we can create our own. This is power, this is freedom. This is linguistic liberation that becomes political liberation, that becomes actual liberation. When we speak ourselves into existence, when we define ourselves before they define us, when we control the language, then we control the narratives, then we control the reality. This the language I'm speaking, this the power I'm wielding, this the freedom I'm building in every word, in every verse, in every voice, in every voice, in every voice.
Breaking the cycle, breaking the cycle requires understanding the cycle. I'm breaking the cycle. Breaking the cycle.
Yeah. They got us in circular motion, thinking it's forward momentum. We running on wheels, they spinning. We caught in cycles they design. We thinking we progressing while we rotating in place. It's the trap of circular systems. They design them to look like they moving, but really everything coming back around to the same place. I watch poverty become crime, become incarceration, become poverty. Watch communities get destroyed, watch them get revived, watch them get destroyed again. Watch gentrification happen, watch displacement happen, watch neighborhood decay happen, watch the cycle start again. I'm studying cycles so I can break them, understanding that progress ain't circular, spiral. It should keep moving upward, not just moving around. I'm analyzing patterns, looking for where the cycle starts, where I can interrupt it, interrupt the momentum that keeps us in the same place. I watch my father's father struggle, watch my father struggle, watch myself struggle, wondering, is this cycle unbreakable? Is this just how things are? Is this my inheritance? This circular poverty, this rotating violence, this perpetual cycle of something that looks different on the surface but feels the same underneath. Breaking the cycle requires understanding the cycle, seeing the pattern before you can interrupt it, moving different than they expect, refusing to play the role they wrote for us, choosing spiral instead of circle, choosing progression progression instead of rotation. Yeah, breaking the cycle. The system designed to be self-perpetuating, designed so that escaping benefits the system, designed so that individual success don't dismantle it. I watch people get out and immediately got cooped, got comfortable, stopped fighting. I watch movements get absorbed into systems. I watch radicals become reactionaries once they had something to lose. I watch people compromise and call it maturity, watch them settle and call it wisdom, watch them forget where they came from. I'm studying how systems maintain themselves, how they appear to change while staying fundamentally the same, how they absorb challenges, how they commodify resistance. I learned that breaking cycles require collective action, not individual escape. Learn that you can't out-cycle a system designed to absorb our lives. Learn that real change requires structural transformation, not personal advancement. I'm learning to see the long game, to refuse short-term gains that compromise long-term liberation. To understand that my freedom connected to your freedom, connected to everybody's freedom, connected to the freedom of systems and themselves. Learning that cycles only break when enough people refuse to run them. Breaking the cycle. I'm breaking the cycle, I'm interrupting the pattern. I'm refusing to play the game, I'm choosing a different path. I'm building new systems instead of escaping old ones. I'm creating with others what I couldn't create alone. I'm understanding that freedom is collective or it's just another luxury for the few. So I'm moving spiral, not circle, spiraling upward, learning from each rotation, getting higher each time around. I'm creating new systems, building alternatives, organizing with people committed to structural change, not individual advancement. I'm building movements that can't be absorbed, that stay committed to liberation, even when liberation gets complicated. I'm refusing to play the game they design, refusing to run their cycles. I'm creating my own momentum, my own direction, my own future that ain't based on their templates, that ain't dependent on their systems, that ain't caught in their cycles. I'm teaching others to see patterns so they can break them, teaching communities to organize so they can transform conditions, teaching that cycles only continue if we keep running, and that we got the power to stop, to interrupt, to transform, to create something different. This the spiral I'm climbing, this the liberation I build, this the freedom that requires all of us refusing to run. And once we stop running their cycles, once we interrupt their patterns, once we move in our own direction, then we actually moving forward, then we actually making progress. This is the motion I'm creating. I'm breaking the cycle.
Grandfather built with hands that constructed the city skeleton. Never saw the returns, never held a deed, never got his name on anything official. Just stories passed down like currency in a place where historical records don't acknowledge contribution, only consumption. I inherit his resilience, his work ethic is unshakable belief that dignity comes from labor even when labor don't return the dignity. My mother inherited survival skills, her mother taught her how to stretch dollars into weeks, stretch hope into decades, stretch love into something that could feed a family on nothing. How to navigate system design, excluded with grace that made exclusion look like the system's failure, not hers. Now I'm here translating their sacrifice into something permanent. Words they couldn't afford to speak, becoming bridges for those who come after. Building with materials they left behind stories. I'm climbing the ladder they constructed without seeing the rungs. Walking through doors they unlock with their suffering. Carrying weight that's both burden and blessing. Responsibility to remember, to document, to not let their lives disappear into erasure in the statistical footnotes and the forgotten contributions.
Every sacrifice is a seed. Every struggle is a building block. Every prayer is a promise. We stand on foundations they laid with blood and tears.
We carry forward what they built in struggle, build forward what they carried through struggle. Honor the invisible work that made everything possible. Legacy written in bone and blood and breath that stayed when everything else left.
Inheritance measured not in dollars but in lessons hard won, and wisdom born from pain and strength forged in struggle. Watch my people navigate systems designed with surgical precision to exclude them. Develop talents that remain invisible to those benefiting from their exclusion. Watch their brilliance confine the boxes too small to contain it. Watch their patience become our lessons in dignity under pressure. Watch their hope survive circumstances that should have killed it. Inherited a different kind of wealth. Understanding of human nature, knowledge of how to survive when survival ain't guaranteed. Economic literacy born from managing nothing. Maximize potential born from limited resources. Communication skills honed through code switching between worlds. Flexibility forged in adaptability. This education, no university offers this degree. Paid in experience. Every scar a lesson, every close call a lesson, every loss a lesson that kept us moving. I watch my mother's hands and see the autobiography of her labor. I listen to my father's silences and hear what he couldn't speak. I study my grandmother's prayers and understand faith is resistance. I observe my uncle's sacrifice and learn what love actually means when it costs everything. This inheritance is heavier than gold, richer than any account. This inheritance is the knowledge that we survived things that were designed to destroy us, that we thrived in circumstances manufactured for our failure. That we're here at all is testament to something stronger than systems, more powerful than oppression. Oppression, 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 oppression.
They tried to break the chain. They tried to sever connection. They tried to make us forget. But memory is resistance. Remembering is revolution. Honoring what came before is fuel for what comes next.
So I'm honoring by building something they couldn't access. Building by refusing the limitations imposed before I drew first breath. Building by expanding beyond borders they drew in red ink on maps I didn't consent to. By creating possibilities they never got to imagine. By making sure that sacrifice means something more than pain becomes legacy. That struggle plant seeds I'm tending with every word. They vision guides my direction when I get lost. Their strength flows through my veins when I'm weak. I'm fulfilling potential they were denied access to. I'm speaking words they couldn't speak. I'm going places they couldn't go. Not because I'm better, but because they paved the way. I'm standing on their shoulders, not because they're below me, but because they chose to lift. This is what inheritance means. Not what's left to you, but what you're left to do. Not what you inherit, but what you're called to continue. Every breath is continuation. Every heartbeat is honoring. Every word is carrying forward. And I'm making sure this story don't end with them. Making sure the impact ripples forward generations. Making sure that when my children ask about where we come from, they know it's a story of strength, resilience, beauty, dignity in the face of systems designed to deny us all for. We carry forward what they built in struggle. Build forward what they carried through struggle. Honor the invisible work that made everything possible. Legacy written in bone and blood and breath that stayed when everything else left. Inheritance measured not in dollars but in lessons hard won, and wisdom born from pain and strength forged in struggle. Silence costs more than words, that's the economics they don't teach in schools that benefit from our quiet. Complicity got hidden fees, accumulated interest that compounds daily. I calculated the price of staying quiet, and it's everything. Watch people trade their voice for stability. Watch movements get co-opted by those funding the opposition simultaneously. Watch resistance get watered down into merchandise. Watch revolution sold back to revolutionaries who forgot what they fought for. I refuse the transaction whose two exchange authenticity for access. Refuse to perform struggle for profit. Watch Black Panthers become brand ambassadors. Watch revolutionary rhetoric become catchphrase. Watch the language of liberation become advertising copy. The real wealth is in speaking truth, even when cost is immediate, even when consequences arrive before compensation, even when speaking means exclusion from spaces you wanted access to, even when truth-telling costs you opportunities, relationships, safety, peace of mind. But the cost of silence is higher. The cost of silence is slow death of soul. The cost of silence is complicity with systems grinding people in the dust. The cost of silence is looking your children in the eye, knowing you knew and didn't say. They'll offer you everything if you just agree to stay quiet. They'll offer you everything if you just agree to stay quiet. stay quiet.
Don't take the deal. Count the cost to compromise. Measure the price of silence. Weigh the currency of the density against the value of your soul. Truth got different value when you live in the consequence. Freedom costs something that can't be purchased. Resistance requires something that can't be outsourced. Integrity ain't for sale even when they offering everything. Watched organizations get foundation funding from the same corporations, destroying the communities they claim to serve. Watch movements become movements of capital, not consciousness. Watch leaders get comfortable in the very systems they oppose. Watch revolutions become a sales pitch, a TED talk, a Netflix documentary. Watch struggle become aesthetic, consumed by people that never affected. Watch liberation get branded into something palatable to the oppressor. Watch resistance become resistance, like movement music that don't move anything but product. I see movements funded by the opposition, seen resistance that only exists in the approved spaces, seen struggle that's permitted because it don't actually threaten nothing. I watched them stay true though, held the line, protected the message, kept the struggle separate from the profit. Understood that some things can't be sold without becoming corrupted. Some truths can't be monetized without being distorted. Some movements can't be funded by the opposition without becoming opposites in themselves. I watch people choose poverty over prosperity. If prosperity meant compromising, watch people decline opportunities that require silence. Watch people walk away from platforms that require performance. Watch people lose everything because they refuse to lose themselves. This the education that matters. This the wisdom born from witnessing. This the knowledge that you can't have it both ways. You can't speak truth and stay safe. You can't challenge power and gain access. You can't build something revolutionary while using revolutionary rhetoric as marketing. The deal they offer is always the same: silence for safety, complicity for comfort, compromise for access. And they frame it as pragmatism. They call it realistic. They say that's how change happens. But real change requires people willing to lose something. Real revolution requires sacrifice. Real resistance means refusing a deal, no matter how good it sounds. They'll offer you everything.
So I'm keeping my voice, keeping the message and compromise, keeping it raw and real and dangerous to systems of oppression. Building slow from the ground with people who can't be bought, creating wealth that can't be quantified by markets that don't value what matters most. Building networks that ain't dependent on institutional approval. Creating spaces where truth-telling is expected, not exceptional. Where struggle is honored, not commodified. Where resistance is practiced, not performed. This the economics I'm studying. This the math that moves mountains. This the currency that actually has value. The value of being able to look yourself in the mirror. The value of knowing you stood for something. The value of being part of something larger than yourself. The value of contributing to something that might outlast you, that might change things, that might actually free people. It's the economics of integrity. It's the business of being human. It's the price I'm willing to pay.
They coming with paintbrushes and price tags, beautifying neighborhoods by erasing the people who made them beautiful, calling it revitalization like the block was dead before the yoga studios and artisanal coffee shops. I watch my block get dissected like we were specimens under microscope. Watch investors see potential we always known but framed it different. Saw property values rise and property owners leave. Watch rent become weapon and displacement become policy. Mrs. Chen been running her restaurant 37 years. Neighborhood institution, place where generations gathered. One day new landlords say the building being developed. Offer her market rate lease that double her expenses. She can't afford it, her family can't afford it. So she pack up and move to outer boroughs where rent cheaper but community gone. Watch Mr. Rodriguez lose his bodega to someone wanting to open an artisan market. Watch that new market fail within 2 years. Watch the space stay empty while the neighborhood lost its hub. I'm documenting gentrification in real time, watching it happen block by block, seeing the pattern repeat like they got a template, like they mass producing displacement, like they got algorithms calculating exactly how to extract people from places they built. It's called development.
It's called progress.
It's called a lot of things.
But it all means the same thing. Get out.
Watch them come with smiles and spreadsheets. Spreadsheets don't have mercy. Progress got different meaning when you the one being erased. Development is displacement when displacement is the development. They making the neighborhood better so we don't belong in it. They raising it up so they can push us out. They calling it revival but it feel like that. The death of community, the death of culture, the death of home. The luxury buildings going up where the community centers used to be. They say it's mixed income, like mixing poison with medicine makes it safe. Like 30% affordable units offset to 70% for people who don't even work here. They say it's market forces, like markets ain't controlled by policy, like policy ain't controlled by power. I watch developers buy buildings that house 300 people and convert them to 60 luxury apartments. They say it's economically efficient. I say it's human tragedy measured in square footage. Watch rent go from 800 to 2200 in 5 years. Watch families that been there generations fold their tents and leave. Watch the corner store owners sell their buildings for pennies compared to what the land worth. Once it's owned for luxury development. Watch them get out negotiated by lawyers and accountants. Watch them sign papers they didn't fully understand. Watch the intergenerational wealth evaporate like it was never real. I'm watching elderly people get evicted from rent-controlled apartments they've been in 40 years. Watching children grow up in temporary housing. Watching schools empty as families scattered to the periphery. Watching cultural institutions disappear because the people who created them can't afford to stay. Watch the whole community get erased so that somebody else can have a neighborhood they consider authentic.
They say gentrification is inevitable, inevitable like a train, you can't stop. But we built this train, we could derail it if we chose to. Gentrification isn't inevitable, it's a choice. It's a choice made by landlords choosing profit over people. It's a choice made by city governments choosing luxury housing over affordable housing. It's a choice made by investors choosing extraction over community.
Call it what it is, a choice. Choices can be changed. But we fighting back, organizing, documenting, testifying, building alternative structures that prioritize community over profit, creating community land trusts that take property out of speculation, building cooperatives that keep ownership in community hands. I'm watching young people buy buildings collectively. I'm watching neighborhoods organize against landlords. I'm watching people refuse to leave, refuse to accept displacement as inevitable. Refuse to let the neighborhoods become museums of culture that don't exist anymore. We building resistance in real estate. We making community the commodity that can't be displaced. We understanding that land ain't just property, it's home. Home is sacred. You can't commodify sacred without losing something essential. I'm documenting resistance too. The ways communities fight back, the organizing strategies, the legal battles, the political pressure, the cultural persistence. Watching people refuse to disappear. Watching new people come with solidarity, not speculation. Watching neighborhoods regenerate.
Prescribe depression like it's a chemical problem, not a structural one. Medicate the symptom, ignore the source. Give us pills for poverty like pills gonna feed children. Give us pills for stress caused by systems designed to stress us. Give us pills for anxiety born from survival in a society structured for our demise. Then charge us for the pills. So we choose between medication and rent, between treatment and food. Meanwhile they criminalizing the herbs that grew from our soil. Criminalize the remedies our ancestors knew. Criminalize traditional healing while pushing pharmaceutical solutions that keep us dependent on industries built on our suffering. I watch commercials listing side effects like they ain't killing us quietly. Depression medication that causes suicidal ideation. Antipsychotics that cause early death. Anxiety medication that causes dependency. They trading one problem for another and calling it progress. They making us sick and selling us cure. They manufacturing disease through environments and diet and stress, and selling us the solution. Profit at every stage of our decline. I'm asking questions they don't want to ask. Why is mental illness epidemic in communities experiencing systemic oppression? Why does depression correlate with zip code? Why does anxiety follow the poverty line? Why do the richest people get the best mental health treatment while the most oppressed get pills and police? This the pharmacy paradise.
Take this. This will help make you better. Accepting unacceptable conditions. Take this. Take.
They symptoms while feeding sickness. Write prescriptions while prescribing conditions that break us. Chemistry can't cure what's political. Medicine can't medicate what's systemic. We need revolution more than pills, transformation more than treatment. Systems that don't sicken us from the start.
Take this.
The opioid epidemic, they called it a crisis when it hit white towns, called it criminal when it hit ours. When heroin ravaged our blocks, it was war on drugs. When Oxy hit theirs, it was public health emergency. Pharmaceuticals pushed Oxycontin like candy. Watch people get hooked on prescriptions, cut them off, push them into the streets, then lock them up for withdrawal. Meanwhile, pharma execs pay settlements smaller than their bonuses. We got mandatory minimums, they got tax breaks. We got incarceration, they got rehab. Addiction reframed as disease when convenient, moral failing when not. Medication accessible to rich neighborhoods while lives flooded with aggressive marketing. Knowing damn well the product was addictive, they escape accountability. We pay the price. There's another way healing that don't require corporations, medicine that don't require profit, treatment that prioritizes people over patterns, communities that take care of each other, practices that respect mind and body and spirit simultaneously. Until it has been suppressed and criminalized. We know that my ancestors knew them. We gotta resurrect what was stolen, reclaim what was suppressed, rebuild systems of healing that benefit us instead of exploit us. So I'm studying alternative approaches, learning from traditional medicine keepers. Understanding healing is something that requires us to address root causes, not just symptoms. Building mental health practices that center community, creative support systems that don't require pharmaceutical intermediaries. Learning to talk about mental health without the shame and stigma that keep us silent and suffering. I'm documenting what actually heals, what actually works, what actually matters. Learn that talking heals, that community heals, that justice heals, that being heard heals, that being seen heals, that being valued heals. Learn that medication can be part of healing, but only part. That healing requires political change, requires economic justice, requires us to stop blaming individuals for conditions that are structural. I'm building movements for mental health liberation, understanding that psychiatric freedom is connected to all freedom, understanding that we can't be free while dependent on systems that profit from our sickness. Understanding that true healing requires transforming the conditions that make us sick in the first place. Requires us to refuse pills that pacify and instead consume information that activates. Requires us to build communities where mental health is supported through presence, not prescriptions. Through connection, not chemistry. Through collective care, not corporate medicine. It's the pharmacy I'm building. It's the healing I'm practicing. It's the resistance. Or restore us. Restore.
These walls absorb more stories than libraries. Paint peeling like pages, revealing chapters of struggle written in water damage and cigarette burns. I'm chronicling life in vertical poverty where elevators been broken since Reagan administration, and climbing stairs becomes meditation on survival. 6th floor means you earn your rest. Build stamina through necessity. I know every creak and every step by heart. Could navigate these hallways blindfolded by sound and smell alone. Mrs. Chin on 3 cooks food that reminds her of Shanghai. Music from Rodriguez's apartment on 4 leaks. Meringue through thin walls teaching me Spanish through osmosis. This building is a nation of refugees from economic warfare, casualties of capitalism who still help each other despite having nothing. I seen neighbors share last dollars for electricity, babysit each other's kids. Create community from circumstance. Mr. Jackson, the super, is 67, held this building together with duct tape and determination for 40 years. Knows every pipe, every wire, every secret these walls contain. He taught me maintenance is meditation, fixing broken things is spiritual practice. I learned philosophy in the basement, where he worked between boiler repairs and tenant complaints. He dropped wisdom about persistence and pride and labor. His hands rough from work, his mind sharp from reading. Library books stacked in his apartment, floor to ceiling. Self-educated scholar with superintendent keys.
In the building where we stacked our lives on top of each other. Every floor another story, every neighbor like a brother. Thin walls couldn't separate the struggles that we shared. Tenement living taught us how to show we really cared.
Summer heat turns hallways into furnace. Fire escapes become living rooms where we escape the heat and supervision. I spent summers on that steel platform watching the city breathe, learning street names and safe routes, dangerous corners and neutral zones. Geography, a survival map from aerial view. I seen drug deals and first kisses, domestic disputes and domino tournaments. Life happening simultaneously on every floor. Sometimes tragic, sometimes beautiful, often both at once. Poverty don't pause for sentiment. Roaches march regardless of circumstance. Rats commune in walls between apartments. We coexist with pests because extermination costs more than rent. I watched my mom stretch one chicken into 3 meals. Mathematics of scarcity, she mastered through necessity. Food stamps couldn't cover dignity, but she served dinner like royalty. Presentation matters when you got nothing else. She taught me poverty is circumstance, not character. Being broke don't make you broken. I seen her work doubles, then come home, cook, clean, help with homework without complaints. Superwoman without cape or credit. I absorbed the resilience like secondhand smoke. Breathed it in until it became part of my constitution. These walls witnessed the sacrifice, heard the prayers, absorbed the tears when she thought we were sleeping. Tenement walls keep secrets better than confessionals.
In the building where we stack the elements on top of each other. Every floor another story, every neighbor like a brother. Thin walls couldn't separate the struggles that we shared. Tenement living taught us how to show we really cared.
Yeah. Winter brings different challenges, heat consistent and inconsistent. Frozen pipes burst, flooding apartments. Landlord nowhere, cause he lives in Westchester. Collecting checks, not solving problems. We become our own maintenance crew. Mr. Jackson teaching young cats plumbing, electrical, carpentry. Skills that translate to employment for those who pay attention. I learned more practical knowledge in this building than 12 years of public school provided. Real education happens in the margins of official curriculum. In the spaces between what they teach and what we need to know. I documented generations in this building. Babies born and elders passing. Weddings in the courtyard, funerals at the church around the corner. Full cycle of life contained in 6 floors of rent-controlled apartments. Gentrification approaching like slow motion. Tsunami developing, circling, waiting for building to fail inspection, so they can buy, renovate, remove us. Displacement disguised as development. I'm recording final chapter of this building's history before it becomes luxury condos with doormen and marble lobbies, erasing every memory we made here. Every lesson learned, every bond formed, every tear shed, every laugh shared. They can demolish the structure, but these stories survive in the survivors. We carry this building with us wherever we go. Tenement tales tattooed on our souls, visible only to those who live similar stories in different buildings across the city. Nationwide diaspora of the displaced. We recognize each other by the way we climb stairs, the way we knock on doors, the way we understand. Community isn't optional, it's essential.
Yeah. Testimony is resistance when they trying to silence you. Testimony is power when truth is the only weapon you got. I got to testify. One in the church speaking spiritual truth about what happened to my soul. One in the courthouse speaking legal truth about what happened to my case. Both testimonies true, both testimonies powerful, but they serve different systems. I learned to code switch between them. Learn to speak the language each system require while keeping my truth intact. Learn to testify without compromising. Learn that bearing witness is sacred work. Learn that speaking your truth when powerful people want silence is revolutionary. I watch church members testify to transformation and watch them stay transformed nowhere outside the church. I watch courtroom witnesses speak truth and watch judges ignore it. I learned that testimony require more than speaking, require believing, require systems that actually listen and respond. I'm studying the power of your testimony, the way stories can move people, the way truth telling can shift consciousness, the way bearing witness can build movements. I'm learning that my testimony matter, my voice matter, my story matter, even when systems designed to not hear me.
Yeah, speak your truth like it matter, cause it do. Testify to what you seen, cause somebody need to hear it. Bear witness to injustice, cause forgetting make it permanent.
Your testimony is resistance.
For youth is power.
Hey.
Your voice is free.
I seen testimony transform communities, seen stories move people to action, seen truth telling wake people up. I watch young people hear the testimony of elders and understand the continuity of struggle. I watch survivors testify and watch perpetrators scatter. I watch truth telling make people uncomfortable, and that discomfort became conscience, became action, became resistance. I'm learning that testimony is dangerous to systems built on lies, that truth telling is threat to oppression, that voice is the weapon oppression fears most. I watch people use testimony to heal, to process trauma, to make meaning of suffering, to transform pain into purpose. I watch communities gather to listen to testimony and felt the power of collective witness and felt what it means to have your truth reflected back to you. Heard in community, honored in presence. I'm building spaces where testimony is centered, where voice is cultivated, where truth telling is practiced, where bearing witness is sacred. I'm understanding that testify requires courage and testify requires community, cause it's too hard to do alone. I hear you, I believe you, I witness you.
Your testimony matters.
Your truth is real.
Your testimony matters.
The truth is real.
Your testimony matters.
War resistance is righteous.
Your voice is more power.
We testify together.
Your testimony matters.
We bear witness together.
Your testimony counts.
We build movement from testimony.
Your testimony counts.
We create change through truth telling. This is church. This is justice. This is love. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm testifying, speaking truth even when it costs, bearing witness even when it's dangerous, building communities around testimony, creating spaces where truth telling is value, where voice is elevated, where testimony becomes movement. I'm testifying to what I seen, what I survived, what I learned, what needs changing. I'm testifying for people who can't testify, can't speak, can't be heard. I'm amplifying voices that been silenced. I'm centering testimony that's been marginalized. I'm building recorded truth that systems can't erase. I'm creating literature resistance through testimony. I'm documenting resistance through story. I'm preserving memory, truth telling. I'm building movements on foundation of testimony, understanding that testimony is where personal becomes political, where individual pain becomes collective, struggle becomes organized resistance, understanding that when we testify together we become unstoppable, understanding that truth telling is the beginning of liberation. This the testimony I'm speaking, this the truth I'm telling, this the bearing witness I'm committing to, this the voice I'm refusing to silence.
The voice in the silence. The voice in the silence.
Yeah.
Your voice in the silence. Your voice in the silence. Your voice in the silence.
My mother working 3 jobs that should be one,
making enough to almost make it, almost pay rent, almost feed us, almost keep lights on. I watched the sacrifice become invisible, her labor become expected, her exhaustion become back noise to a system that benefits from her servitude. I watched her negotiate with landlords, negotiate with bosses, negotiate with systems designed to extract more than she got. I watched her make magic from nothing, stretch dollars until they became miracles, feed families from ingredients that shouldn't have filled anybody. I watched her age in accelerated time, watched her body break down from labor, watched her dreams defer until they became part of her past instead of her future. She never complained, just kept moving, kept working, kept lifting. I'm documenting her strength cause nobody else do. I'm honoring her sacrifice cause the system don't. I'm speaking her name loud so her labor don't become invisible, so her contribution don't get erased, so future generations know what she built. Mothers hold mountains, carry weight that will crush ordinary people, build futures on foundations of sacrifice, transform poverty into possibility through love that don't calculate cost. Celebrate the mothers who held it down, who didn't get celebrated, who loved us even when loving was hard. I watch women take care of entire blocks. I watch them organize, mobilize, strategize, survival for whole communities. I watch single mothers raise multiple children on wages designed for nobody to survive on. I watch them work and study, work and raise children, work and organize, work and love, and somehow still have something left to give. No. I watch what would be genius in other contexts become normalcy in context of poverty. I watch the strength get taken for granted, get used, get depleted. I'm studying how patriarchy and capitalism work together to exploit women most. How women of color get exploited at intersection of multiple oppressions. How mothers get expected to be superhuman, how they get shamed when they can't be. How the system set them up to fail, then blame them for failing. I'm refusing that narrative. I'm centering women as architects of survival, as builders of futures, as keepers of culture, as engineers of resistance. To every mother who made it possible, to every woman who held it down, to every caregiver who gave everything. This is for you, this is recognition, this is honor, this is love. You are seen, you are valued, you are powerful, you are the foundation, you are the future. Thank you. So I'm honoring mothers in everything I do, building in honor of their sacrifice, creating in honor of their labor. I'm teaching children to see mothers as the powerful people they are. I'm building movements that center women's leadership, that honor women's wisdom, that protect women's safety. I'm refusing to exploit women in the name of movement, refusing to use women's labor without honoring it, refusing to build something that repeats the same oppression structures, just with different oppressors. I'm learning from women how to organize, how to think strategically, how to care collectively, how to sustain struggle long term. I'm understanding that liberation can't happen without women's full participation, without women's leadership, without women in center, not margins. This the movement I'm building, this the future I'm creating, in honor of every mother who made anything possible.
My brother caught in the system now, behind walls thick enough to block out world. I visit him on Saturdays, speak through phone glass, can't touch him, can't hold him. Got 15 more years to do this, 15 more years of separation, 15 more years of system, profiting from his incarceration. I'm studying mass incarceration, understanding it ain't accident, it's strategy, ain't mistake, it's design, ain't random, it's targeted. I'm learning the statistics, understanding how policy becomes pipeline, how arrest becomes incarceration, becomes profit, how captive bodies become captive labor, how prisons become modern plantations. I'm learning how the system use prisons to control populations, how they use fear of prisons to control behavior, how they use absence of incarcerated people to break communities. I'm understanding that prisons ain't about rehabilitation, they about warehousing, about extraction, about control, about removing people threatening the systems. I'm studying my brother's case, understanding how he got framed by a system, how his poverty became evidence of guilt, how his neighborhood became criminal, how he became invisible once incarcerated. Prisons hold our people, separate families, profit from pain. System designed to disappear people into concrete and steel. I'm fighting for freedom, organized to change conditions, resist the machinery of mass incarceration. The prison industrial complex got more power than I got more resources than I got legal system backing up their control. I watch people get sentenced for having, watch corporate prison lobby for longer sentences, watch states build more prisons than schools, watched incarceration become growth industry. I'm calculating the cost, understanding how incarceration impact not just incarcerated people, but whole families, whole communities. Understood how incarceration is slow genocide disguised as criminal justice. I watched my brother's children grow up without a father, watched them struggle in school, watched them become statistics. I'm refusing to accept it as inevitable. I'm organizing with families, I'm building support networks, I'm studying clemency, I'm connecting with lawyers. I'm refusing to let the system make them disappear. I'm refusing to let his life become acceptable casualty of system. I'm refusing to normalize incarceration as solution.
They think walls will silence us. They think separation will break us. They think time will make us forget. But we remember. We organize, we fight, we build alternatives. We imagine futures without prisons. We work toward liberation. We refuse to let the system win.
So I'm building abolition movements, reimagining justice systems, creating alternatives to incarceration. I'm supporting people coming home, helping them reintegrate, making sure the system don't drag them back. I'm documenting stories of people behind walls, keeping their humanity visible, keeping them human. A system designed to dehumanize. I'm working toward a future where prisons don't exist, where communities handle harm without cages, where incarcerated people treated as humans, not commodities. This the liberation work, this the resistance I'm building, understanding that my brother's freedom connected to everybody's freedom, that we can't be free while others in cages, that incarceration is everybody's problem, that require everybody's solution.
Time the only resource, we all got equal, but it don't feel equal. Rich people get to waste time, poor people get to scramble for time. I'm studying time as economy, understanding how time's stolen from poor people, how we don't get leisure, don't get rest, don't get space to think or dream or create. I'm watching my life pass like I ain't really living it, watching years go by in blur, survival, watching myself get older without really being here. I'm understanding time, anxiety, the constant feeling of not having enough time, of running out of time running out on me. I'm learning that this not accident, that this design, that systems want us so busy surviving. We don't have time to organize, don't have time to think, don't have time to resist. I'm calculating how much life I lost to work, to survival, the systems that don't value my time. I'm understanding that time is life, don't waste it on things that don't matter. Be present for moments that matter. Build with people who matter, create futures worth the time they take. Don't waste it on things that don't matter. Be present for moments that matter. Build with people who matter, create futures worth the time it takes. I'm studying intergenerational time, understanding how ancestors' time connected to my time, connected to future generations' time. Understanding that what I do now impact what's possible later. Understanding that I'm building on foundation of those before me and building foundation for those after me. I'm learning presence, learning to be actually in moments instead of thinking about next moment. Learning to appreciate time with people, Learning that time with loved ones, most valuable time. I'm refusing to let systems commodify all my time. I'm creating space for rest, for creativity, for living, not just surviving. I'm understanding that rest is resistance, that leisure is political, that being present is revolutionary. I'm building toward futures where time value, where people got time for living, where not everything commodified and rushed. Be here now. This moment won't come again. This person won't be here forever. This time precious presence is gift. Being fully here is revolutionary. Stop rushing through life. Start living it. So I'm choosing presence, choosing to actually be in my life, choosing to spend time on what matters. I'm building movements that understand time, justice that fight for time off, for rest, for living. I'm creating spaces where time valued, where presence honored, where moments matter. I'm teaching people to resist time, death, to reclaim time, to use time intentionally for liberation, not just survival. It's the time revolution I'm building, it's the presence I'm practicing. This the living I'm choosing.
Home ain't just building, it's people, it's community. It's knowing everybody on your block, it's being known, it's belonging. I'm understanding home is sacred. It's a place we build together, a space we defend together. I'm watching them try to erase home by displacing people, by making neighborhoods unaffordable, by pushing out the people who made it home. I'm learning that home under threat, that displacement attack on home, that gentrification still home. I'm documenting home before it disappear. I'm preserving memories, I'm keeping stories alive. I'm making sure that what we built remembered. I'm understanding home as political. It's something worth fighting for. It's something that government and corporations want to take. I'm refusing to let them. I'm building with my community. I'm defending space we created together. I'm making home in the fortress against displacement, in the sanctuary for belonging.
Home is where they know your name, where you belong, where history lives, where community thrive. Defend your home, build your home, love your home. Home is freedom.
I'm studying what makes space home, what makes place feel like belonging. I'm learning that home require relationships, require care, require investment. I'm understanding that you can't commodify home, cause home about people, not property. I'm refusing to treat housing as investment, refusing to treat neighborhoods as portfolios. I'm understanding that home human right, not luxury. I'm building toward futures where everyone got access to home. We're home stable, we're home community, we're home sacred. I'm working with organizations fighting displacement. I'm organizing with neighbors, I'm building solidarity. I'm refusing to accept displacement as inevitable. I'm refusing to let my community disappear. This is my home, these my people, this community I built, this place I belong. I'm rooted here, my history here, my future here, my loved ones here. This home worth fighting for, this community worth defending, home is sacred. So I'm fighting for home, defending my community, building with neighbors, organizing against displacement. I'm creating permanent community spaces. I'm documenting our history, I'm keeping stories alive. I'm building movements rooted in community. I'm understanding that home liberation, that defending community freedom work. This the home I'm protecting, this the community I'm preserving. This the home I'm building for generations after me.
Home is freedom.
Liberate yourself if you don't know yourself. I'm studying self as political, understanding that knowing who I am resists erasure, resist systems trying to define me. I'm learning my history, my ancestry, my roots. I'm understanding my value come from within, not from systems that want to diminish me. I'm developing knowledge of self through study, through reflection, through community. I'm learning that self-knowledge, starting point for all other knowledge. I'm understanding oppression worked to make us hate ourselves, to make us ashamed of who we are, to make us believe what they say about us instead of what's true about us. I'm refusing that self-hatred. I'm developing love for self. I'm understanding that love is self-revolutionary. I'm learning that when people know themselves deeply, they can't be easily manipulated, can't be easily controlled, can't be easily convinced they unworthy. Know yourself, love yourself, honor yourself, knowledge of self, foundation of all liberation. Know your history, know your power, know your worth. Know yourself, love yourself, honor yourself, knowledge of self, foundation of all liberation. Know your history, know your power, know your worth. I'm studying intersection of identities, understanding how I'm shaped by multiple things, how I navigate world as black person, as poor person, as man, as community member. I'm learning how systems oppress me differently than they oppress others. I'm understanding my specific experience while understanding it connected to others' experiences. I'm developing consciousness about my position in the world. I'm learning how to use privilege when I got it responsibly. I'm learning how to build solidarity with people experiencing different oppression. I'm understanding that knowledge of self include understanding how I benefit and how I harm by systems. I'm committing to growth, to accountability, to transformation. I'm understanding knowledge of self is ongoing practice, not destination. I am worthy. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am intelligent. I am deserving. I am enough, just as I am. My value not dependent on systems that devalue me. My worth not determined by oppressors. I know myself, I love myself, I honor myself. This foundation for everything. So I'm practicing knowledge of self. I'm deepening understanding of who I am. I'm refusing definitions imposed on me. I'm creating my own definitions. I'm building self-love practice. I'm teaching others to know themselves. I'm creating spaces for self-knowledge. I'm understanding that communities that know themselves powerful. I'm building movements rooted in knowledge of self. It's the knowledge of self. I'm practicing. It's the liberation beginning within.
Revolution will be when we stop asking permission and start taking power. Will be when we organize communities and build alternatives. Will be when systems that exploit us crumble because we refuse to feed them. I'm imagining revolution, I'm building toward it. I'm understanding that revolution, not one moment but process. Not individual act but collective work. I'm studying what revolution look like, what revolution require. I'm understanding that revolution requires sacrifice, but also that's not revolt, it requires sacrifice. Requires sacrifice of future, sacrifice of children's freedom, sacrifice of possibility. I'm choosing revolution. I'm joining movements, I'm committing a long struggle. I'm understanding that I might not see liberation, but I'm building foundation for it. I'm planting seeds for forests. I won't see. I'm doing work that matter for future, that might come after me. Revolution is coming. Revolution being built. Revolution is people organizing together. Revolution is collective power. Revolution won't be televised, cause real revolution about transfer of power, and power don't voluntarily televise its own defeat. Revolution be about building new institutions while dismantling old ones, about creating societies that serve people instead of profit, about establishing relationships based on justice, not extraction. I'm studying what that look like. I'm learning from people doing this work. I'm joining movements, I'm building alternatives. I'm creating structures that honor people. I'm refusing to replicate oppression and liberation movements. I'm committing to accountability, to transparency, to democracy in our organizing. I'm understanding that how we build matter, that process is product, that movement's rooted in liberation principles, create liberated futures. I see a future where exploitation ended, where everyone got what they need, where communities govern themselves, where people valued, where nature honored, where freedom real and collective, where love guides us, where justice reign. This future possible. We building it, building it, building it. Every day we building it, building it. Every act of resistance, building it, building it, building it. This revolution happening now. Evolution will breathe. So I'm committing to revolution. I'm doing liberation work. I'm building with others. I'm creating alternatives. I'm organizing communities. I'm refusing oppression in all its forms. I'm imagining and building futures where we all free, where none of us free until all of us free. I'm understanding my life as gift, the struggle, my work as contribution to liberation. I'm committing to practice that sustained struggle long term. I'm building movements for my generation and for generations to come. This the revolution. I'm building toward. It's the liberation. I'm committing to. This the future we creating together. Revolution. Revolution. Revolution is. Revolution is collective power. Revolution will be. Revolution. Revolution is. Revolution is collective power. Revolution will be. Revolution will be. Revolution will be.